I'm gonna stop the music there. Give me just a second to finish sharing everything. Here, roll the intro.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome everybody. It looks like my camera's out. I knew there's gonna be issues from the power outage. Let me see if I can get that. Let me see if I can get the camera going. Give me just a second. That might work. Hold on. Welcome everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. Everything's falling apart around me, but I'm here. We'll see what happens. I can't broadcast on YouTube long because they will copyright strike this. They allow all the other. I thought it started at 8 p.m. That's why I went live. I should have waited, but they allow all the other channels to stream it, like NBC, CBS, ABC, all those get to stream it, but you can't, if you're not one of those channels, you can't. So you guys can hang out with me on YouTube for a little bit, but you'll have to move over to Twitch, Facebook, Rumble. I think all of those are valid streams. Let me check Rumble. Okay, Rumble's going. So you can check one of those places, but I can't broadcast on YouTube. I guess I could, let me turn this down some. It's distracting the fuck out of me, but I guess I can tell you about what's going on here. So I'm at the office. We got the boys out pretty early, just because I didn't want them to see their home float away. So we got them out, and Mariah's mom came and picked them up, fed them, and then they took showers and immediately went to bed. Since then, they've been staying with Mariah's mom, and Mariah's been staying with me up until a couple days ago. Mariah went to spend some time with the boys. So it's just been me the last, I guess, 2 days. We got the road basically opened up out of sheer luck and through no effort of my own at all. I just happened to be at the exact spot where the steel cable from the power pole was blocking the road when it collapsed from natural causes that I had nothing to do with. Nothing. I want to reiterate. I had nothing to do with the steel cable that just happened to collapse while I was standing there. But because that steel cable collapsed from natural causes that no one interfered with, the road's open. So we can get a side-by-side or a four-wheeler all the way up there now, thanks to the natural collapse of the steel cable. And we can't get cars in or out. The road's washed out really bad. There's one section where it's maybe 6 foot wide, but I probably wouldn't even trust but like 4 feet of that. I was looking at potential ways. So there's 2 ways they can rebuild this road. It's washed out underneath, and it's probably 80 feet. I think I took a rangefinder up there today. It was 91 feet, 93 feet, something like that, to the river's edge. So you can just push shit in there right off the hill until it builds up a solid enough base. So you build a wide base by pushing shit in there until you get a base narrow enough. So if you need to make, like, let's say you need to make 4 more foot of road, down at the bottom, you might have 40 foot of shit pushed out there.
Subscribed for 20 months.
Thank you very much for your subscription. You might have like 40 foot of shit patched out there. Or right there, the 2 spots where it's shallow is not like on the opposite side. There's some places that it's just a rock face where you got to blast or drill or bring in some type of rock grading machine. It's not like that in these spots. They may be able to bring a big dozer in and just leave the washed out area as it is. And instead of building the road over here, they could just take the dozer and cut this way to make like a little inset part in the hillside and make the road wide enough there. But that's something that's like months down the line. So currently, I'm borrowing a car. I'm borrowing a car, but it's a 5-speed and it's only got 2 seats. But I'm still thankful for it. I mean, it gets me and Mariah around. So I'm trying to borrow another car instead of renting one that that I can use for Mariah can drive it. That's an automatic and that has at least 4 seats, even if it's I don't care what it is. If it's a piece of junk, as long as it moves, it's not going to break down. And it has 4 seats. That way Mariah and the kids can travel to their moms when they need to, and they can come see me when they're staying down at her mom's or whatever. Where the kids are staying with her mom is down. Everything is, it seems like so much is connected to this river. Where the kids are staying down at her mom's, they only have guaranteed 1 day's water supply. So a lot of people's water is going off and on. A lot of people's water is shut off. The water comes and goes. They're asking people to conserve it if they do have water. Some people don't have water at all. So they're going to Mariah's grandparents, which would be the kids' great-grandparents, to take showers and have water available. Mariah's supposed to be coming back tomorrow. I might have to go pick her up, but Mariah's supposed to be coming back tomorrow. We'll see how that works. And then she's going to help me get in and go to work. Back at the campground, we just now started cleaning and picking up stuff. It's mostly been about get water, food, gas, everything we need back there. And now we're going to start cleaning up, I guess, burning what we can burn, burying the organic stuff, just because there's I don't know. It's just really hard. We can take trash in and out by golf cart or side-by-side or something, but, you know, everything's so much harder now without the road. I made a TikTok video. Somebody asked me earlier, they're like, oh, where's so-and-so? And I was like, it's like 10, 15 minutes away. And they just looked at me for a second. I was like, oh, yeah, back when we used to have bridges and roads. Now it's like a day's hike. Good luck. I don't know. It's wild. I'm sure if you guys have looked up the Nolichucky, Irwin, Tennessee, the floods, whatever, it's pretty bad. Let's do this. Not the flooding. Let's just do Nolichucky River. Oh, you want to see something wild? This is my town. Let me see if I can find where I sent the link to. I'm pretty sure I sent it to a group message. Here we go. Let's see if I can open this. So this is a live map that opens up, or that uses police reports for road outages. Okay, it updates every 15 minutes, and it's maintained by the state of Tennessee. It's called smartway.tn.gov/traffic. Look at my town. Okay, this is the state line right here. Okay. This is where my town is. Or this is where my town is up here. Look at everything that's closed. So 26 is closed all the way over to Mars Hill. That's the interstate that runs by my house. So it's closed, right? Bridge is washed out. Old Asheville Highway Bridge is gone. Interstate Bridge is gone. If you go down here, this is where we are. So this is the bridge by my house is gone. This whole road is gone. They don't have it marked, but our road right here is gone. This road over here, Unaka Springs Road, is gone. If you go back down into town, road's gone, road's gone, road's gone, road's gone. Like, look at all that red. Is that not insane? Is that not insane? Like, all the roads are gone everywhere. And this isn't even the worst part. So this is the River Road, 107 is what we call it. This whole road, gone. If we go down here to like where my uncle lives, where we have to go rescue him, bridge gone. Every bridge that crosses the Nolichucky but one is gone. Bridge gone. Bridge and bridge gone. Bridge gone. We're just going downstream of the river, right? Every bridge but one is gone. Bridge gone. It's bridge gone. It's wild. So to get to my uncle's house, which originally was like probably maybe a 30-minute drive, it took us over 2 hours to get there because there's only one bridge to get across, to get on the right side of the river. And so basically we left our house and we crossed the river. We were on the far side of the river. And we had to go to Johnson City, turn around and come back towards his house, but we needed to get on the other side of the river then. And there's only one bridge to do it. They are doing, they are letting one lane open at a time, one car at a time. The police sit there and watch it and make sure you don't like go through or try to sneak through. Bridge gone. My cousin was found. He just had no service, no power, no anything. This is the only bridge right here that's open. This is Taylor Bridge. Is that Taylor Bridge? That might not be. It might be this one. It's Taylor Bridge. Hold on. No, that's it. And then down here would be Jackson Bridge, right? Okay, yeah, that's Taylor Bridge. It's one lane. One lane through, one lane out. That's it. I don't know. It's just wild. My cousin just didn't have power or didn't have service and went to a neighbor's house. He called his mom the other day. Okay, yeah, here's Jackson Bridge. Jackson Bridge closed. Shit's just wild. I don't know. The river doesn't even, it looks like a different river. I can't even, like, we used to be able to identify, like, that's Big Rock, that's Mary's Rock, that's the Rooster Tail, it's all gone. It's all different. It looks like a different fucking river. I don't know what to say. Yeah. Body of missing man found in Nolichucky River. There's a really, 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 really horrific story going on right now. Let me see if I can look it up. So we have a local factory named Impact Plastics, IMPACT Plastics. They make injection molded plastics. I worked there as maintenance for a little while back in the day. When the water was rising and they were in danger, the supervisors left and told some of the people there to stay. The supervisors left and told people to stay. When they called multiple times, they told them they'd be fine. When they called their family and told them goodbye, they were on the roof of their cars. They were on the back of a semi. It seems like they all got on the back of a flatbed semi-truck, and it rolled over in the water, and they found most of the bodies now. But the supervisor told them to stay. I don't get it. So here's the original story. Let's see if we can open this. The debate hasn't started yet. Let me pause it. It's still got 43 minutes.
First, if you'll say and spell your name so I get that right.
It's Robert, R-O-B-E-R-T, Jarvis, J-A-R-V as in
Hey, Mariah, I'm live.
Victor, I-S.
So when you have you seen the statement that the plastic company sent out?
Sorry if you see me jumping around, I'm cramping.
First thought.
It was anger, hurt, it was lies. It was just frustration.
What really happened that day?
We were all working, and
A lot of them were Mexican women from well known in the Mexican community that were asked to stay. I heard there was another guy that felt bad that they were the only people staying and decided to stay out of his own free will to help them and make sure they're all right. And I think they all ended up dying.
the power went out, and I got a text right when the power went out from another employee saying that the parking lot was flooded.
You know, Mariah, this guy was the guy that we saw when we walked down to Impact, and he said, I'm the maintenance guy there. That's this guy right here.
I started walking up towards the break room. That's where you walk out at, to the parking lot. And I seen the parking lot flooded, and I was like, what do I do? And I told me move my car. They said, move my car. So I moved my car to higher ground, which it was still in water. There wasn't no at all dry ground in that parking lot. I got out. I said, can we leave? And the woman said, no, not until I speak with Jerry. About 10 minutes later, she came back and said, y'all can leave. It was too late. We had one way in, one way out. And when they told us we could leave, the one way out was blocked off. So we were stuck in traffic on that road, waiting to see what we were going to do.
And the supervisors had already left that day. That's why I had to speak to Jerry. Jerry was one of the supervisors. They had already left, right? That's really, really shitty. Like, if you want to be a supervisor or a leader, you're the first one in, last one out. This is ridiculous.
We knew it was just one way. And then we turned around. We all finally got turned around. And some people going up this big old train road, four-wheel drive, were getting up there barely. And people were getting stuck trying to get up there. So they sent us down. So some of the other employees from another company sent us down. They said they cut up in the fence on 26. So we went down there. And as we were trying to go down there, I lost my car and started floating down the river. Well, we didn't know what to do. We were in panic mode. So the water was coming up. And then we did what we had to survive. There was a guy in a 4x4, came, picked a bunch of us up and saved our lives. Well, we'd have been dead too.
What does that feel like now to be, you know, one of the few that made it out? I don't know how many.
Look, I'm out of the campground, and not that I'm bragging about myself, but there's no fucking way I would leave those people up there without some. I've been coordinating fucking. I don't even own a 4-wheeler or a side-by-side, and I've been coordinating people to go up there and get people out. I've personally hiked 35 gallons of gasoline up there.
It hurts. It hurts knowing that they didn't make it and I did. I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't seem fair to me that they didn't make it.
What would you say to the company?
Why'd you make us work that day? Why? We shouldn't have worked. We shouldn't have been there. None of us should have been there.
So what I heard their excuse was, I don't know if you guys know anything about injection molded plastic, but basically they heat up plastic, and then they use a big press when it's kind of not quite liquid, not quite solid, and they push it into dies, okay? A big steel dies. And then it cools really fast. They run water through it to cool it, and then they pop it out. So what I heard when I worked maintenance there, one of the biggest maintenance issues was if they didn't clean out the hopper, if they didn't clean out the liquid plastic. So let's say you're running the machine, everything's going fine, and then an emergency happens, power outage or something like that. That plastic that's still in there ready to be injected, if it hardens in there, like let's say the heat goes off, so it cools down, it's just really hard to clean out. It's not a life or death thing. It's just really hard to clean out. So you'd probably have to shut down for the day and clean out all the machines of the plastic. But is that worth losing fucking 4 people? So what I've been told by some people that were there, where they were supposed to run all the plastic that they had already heated and shut off the plastic pellets coming in, right? Basically, it's the same way when these machines never shut down, but when you got to shut them down for maintenance, you end up cutting off the plastic, using all the plastic you can so it doesn't harden in the machine, basically. And then eventually you'll run out and you only get like half parts and quarter parts of the things that you're printing. But this is like an issue like, okay, the plant's closed today for maintenance, not the plant's going to explode, so someone has to fucking stay there and hold the dead man switch. Like, they should have let people go home for sure.
And that's what I should have said to them. Why did you make us work when you knew you said in the statement you were monitoring it? Why did you make us stay and work?
They told them they're monitoring the situation. They'd let them know if they needed to leave. And threatening to fire people that were saying they were going to leave. They were like, okay, well, that's points, or you might get fired, or you might get in trouble. It's crazy.
I mean, when they told us we could leave, it was just too late. I mean, there was no way out. Some people made it out with 4-wheel drive, but if you didn't have 4-wheel drive, or if you were stuck in that line I was stuck in, it was too late. Because, like I said, my car got washed down the river, down the road, actually, and just, they shouldn't have made us go into work that day. And it breaks my heart for them people that we lost. They were good. Every one of them were good people. I work with them every day, and we were like family. We cut up, we joked there.
This isn't actually the video I wanted, but we'll grab a couple of them. Because I think they finally released a statement.
How many people are gone?
They've been preparing a statement for 5 days.
We lost 6 people.
Or for 3 days, I guess.
And that was all on first shift.
I think that's enough for TV unless you want to.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's go over here. I think this addresses missing and deceased employees. This is from 20 hours ago. Let's see what this one is. The people are pissed, and rightfully so. Right? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Didn't think I was ready yet until I started
telling people they'll be punished for leaving, and then they fucking die because you made them stay.
Everywhere.
Join AARP now for access to exclusive benefits. Plus, find resources for retirement.
Okay, we get it. AARP.
Standing Social Security benefits.
So I signed up.
Join today for just $12 for the first year with automatic renewal, and that includes a second membership free. Plus, you'll receive AARP the magazine.
My computer thinks I'm 1,000 years old.
Online today.
They're always trying to get me AARP, AAA.
Manufacturer is offering sympathy after several employees went missing or died amid the catastrophic flooding there. Impact Plastics in Irwin says employees were dismissed by management to their homes when the plant lost power.
Dismissed by management due to weather.
Water
Bullshit.
Parking lot and a nearby service road. Impact said most employees left immediately, but some remained at the facility or nearby. The company reports
This is such a lie. This just isn't true.
several employees left the industrial.
They were still there when the parking lot was underwater. That's too fucking long.
Park in a truck owned by a neighboring business. Others reportedly left by taking the CSX railroad track behind the plant because high water had entered the front of the facility. Company leaders say the truck.
And they didn't even tell, like, even if you do, let's say you did fuck up and you make that call, there's got to be a leader there that says, nobody get in your fucking cars, right? We're going immediately up this hill to the railroad tracks, to the highest area, right? But just to say, okay, you guys are done. It's waist deep of water. Good luck.
Truck tipped over. 5 employees and a contractor went missing. 5 others who were also on the truck made it to safety and were later evacuated. The company says the National Guard was sent at the request of Impact Plastics, and they were able to airlift 5 other employees to safety. In a statement, Impact leadership said in part, quote, those who are
They called their families and told them that they probably weren't going to make it.
missing or deceased and their families are in our thoughts and prayers, end quote.
Thoughts and prayers. This is just, I don't know. This shit's just wild, dude. It says some employees are dead. That's from a day ago. Recounts narrow escape. Says company, that's from 2 hours ago. I wanted to see that's the employee speaks. Let's do this. Impact Plastics. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us. We're going to watch the VP debate, I guess, and pretend like everything's normal for a while. They had a guy that had to be translated. Let's see what this is.
News Channel 11's Karen Jenkins heard from an employee at an area business as they recounted the flooding and their evacuation from their workplace. Karen? Thanks, Sarah. Yes, I spoke to an employee from Impact.
So this right here, well, I sent you guys a picture of this building. This used to be Bear Mountain Outfitters, and then it was empty for a long time, and then it became Blue Ridge Paddling Company. But me and Mariah were standing right over here at this. You see that little beige colored building? We were standing over there the other day taking pictures.
Plastics, which is a business that is in the industrial park there behind me.
Oh, also, all this brown is not river. It shouldn't be river. It was that day, though.
And it was just an emotional roller coaster. She told me about it through tears. She had fear. She had anger, regret for not being able to do more, and extreme gratefulness that she is still alive. Just very much an emotional toll on her.
In this video taken at 10:54 a.m. on Friday, water was rising in the parking lot of Impact Plastics.
We have no power at work.
So they're still there, being told they got no power and water's rising.
This is at Impact Plastic. This is the parking lot.
And Zena Atkins says she was already worried.
And we were all talking to the supervisors and telling everybody, look, we don't need to be here. It's, saying we need to flee the areas. And they never said anything about letting us go.
Atkins says while she was never personally told not to leave, as a temporary...
I hope this destroys this company. I hope they're never able to fucking do anything but pay these people money.
Employee, she didn't feel she could abandon her job
girl.
by noon with no power and flood.
I'm alive.
5 feet high.
If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, I don't know what's going on, but TikTok is the easiest platform I can upload to. Service is still spotty, even like out in town, and especially if I'm anywhere near the campground. And then when I get back to Wi-Fi, I try to upload some to YouTube, but sometimes I forget or I'm just too tired. But TikTok, I've been trying to upload there more, and it seems to be getting some traction there.
In the parking lot, Atkins says employees were finally told they could go home, but she says by then it was too late. No power and floodwaters nearly 5 feet high in the parking lot. Atkins
5-foot floodwaters. Okay, you guys can go now.
Says employees were finally told they could go home, but she says by then it was too late.
If it would have been any deeper, I wouldn't have been able to walk through it. It was almost underneath my shoulders when I got through the parking lot.
Not everyone made it out. Atkins says 3 employees have been found.
There they are. These families, some of them only speak Spanish. These families were up there with holding their pictures out in front of the high school, and rightfully so. These people got fucked, dude. So what they did was when they tried to leave in their cars and their cars wouldn't go, they ran to a flatbed tractor and trailer, okay? They got on top of the flatbed tractor and trailer, and the NFS, the nuclear fuels facility security cameras could see them on the trailer waiting for rescue. There was supposed to be an airlift coming, but they were at the same time. Have you seen the pictures of them evacuating the roof of the hospital? They were evacuating the hospital at the same time. They didn't get there quick enough, and the trailer flipped over eventually. And they found most of them at the very next bridge in all of the trees and wood and shit that was up against the bridge.
Found deceased, and 3 more are still missing, including Rosa Reynoso, whose husband is among a group who holds up photos of their loved ones at every news conference.
I worked with little Rosa every day. She was so sweet, and she don't need to be missing. Her family don't need to be going through none of this. If they would have just said, go, or y'all don't need to work today, they knew there was a chance. We worked right next to the river. None of this would be happening. None of the families would be going through what they're dealing with.
In a statement to News Channel 11, which can be read in its entirety on our website, Impact Plastics senior management says employees were dismissed by management to return to their homes in time for them to escape the industrial park and offered sympathy for the missing and
Then how the fuck they're going to try to blame the employees, say, oh, they hung around too long.
Deceased employees.
Impact is
Who the fuck hangs around when there's waist deep water in the park? You know what I'm saying?
try to contact me in no way, shape, form. So I don't believe that they have any heartfelt sympathies.
Atkins.
Most people don't leave when you have a person of authority telling you it's going to be okay, or telling you you're going to fucking lose your job and it's the only job you got. There's not jobs around here where I live. It'll make people do stupid things.
Says it's been a rough few days and nights.
Not sleeping. When I do sleep, I dream of being in the water. Feeling that maybe if I could have stayed, maybe I could have done something more.
Tennessee is not very very conducive to unions at all. It's a right to work state. They'll shut down companies before they put unions in.
But at the same time,
with the exception being like railroads and like UPS, like the big, strong unions, you know what I mean?
Full to God that I'm here.
Back here live across from the industrial park, there is still activity this evening. Today we were told more than 100 first responders came out to search on foot using ATVs and with cadaver dogs trying to locate those missing employees. Reporting live in Unicoi County, I'm Karen Jenkins. Back to you.
And just while I was going back in today to the campground, I was taking some cleaning supplies to my boss because she was talking about cleaning her house and she didn't know if she had supplies. So after I charged my one wheel back up, I was like, I'll run back in. We found a body there. When I left, they brought the cadaver dogs, and the cadaver dogs could just smell it all over, but they were going to need to, it just got too dark. They're going to bring an excavator in tomorrow and dig it out, but there's a body in there. Oh, you weren't talking to me. You were talking about the longshoreman. I think she means the longshoreman strike. Oh, maybe. Yeah, Tennessee doesn't really do unions. There was a better video. Was this it? With a translator and everything. Oh, here it is.
There's the bosses left, but the employees were told.
Listen.
The supervisors, the bosses left, but the employees were told repeatedly not to leave.
And do you know why?
No, I don't know why. I know that a lot of them did report that.
The bosses left, and the employees were specifically told to stay. You can leave, but your kiss your job goodbye.
No, I don't know why. I know that a lot of them did report that when they were speaking with their families on like Facebook, Live. I know they were speaking with their family as they were holding on for them.
They're sharing a post that says, someone shared, it says horrific and infuriating reports from Irwin, Tennessee of workers at Impact Plastics forced by management to stay on the job despite rising floodwaters. Now missing and feared drowned, dozens of employees remain unaccounted for. And then someone shared that and said, workers' rights doesn't mean just overtime pay and weekends off. It often means life and death. And it does in a lot of places. Desperate Unicoi family seeks answers as search for missing loved ones continues. These are some of the workers from Impact Plastics from here in Irwin, Tennessee that are still missing, and friends and family members. Please keep on the lookout and pray. Somebody contacted me on TikTok about their friend's dad was missing, and I went and found him. So
if they would have told them to leave earlier, maybe we would be here. They would still be here today, and we wouldn't be looking for them. But when they tried to leave, it's too late.
And can you go ahead and spell her name for me? Like, say and spell it.
Okay, Lydia is Lydia. Her last name is Verdugo. Verdugo.
And the other one?
Monica Hernandez.
And then
there's four.
Yes.
Rosa Andrade, and then Bertha Mendoza.
Andrade, normal spelling.
Andrade. And there's two other people missing that worked in the same area.
You have their names as well, right?
I don't have their names. I know the last name is Peterson, and there's another girl. She might be related to her. She is, I think, this lady right here. So there's six people missing in total in that area. Four are Hispanic, Mexicans, not Hispanic, Mexicans.
There isn't a dam to break. So I know there's this report that keeps coming out that there was a dam. So the Nolichucky flows out of a river called, we can look back at it on the map. The Nolichucky flows out of a river called the North Toe River. Now the North Toe or the South Toe has a dam on it, and the Nolichucky has a dam on it way past me. But this, the Nolichucky is actually one of the only free-flowing rivers that's not obstructed by anything man-made, including dams, in all of the eastern United States. That's still standing.
Sister _to_ all 369 just gifted 2 subs.
Thank you very much. So the Nolichucky River, let me go find it again over here. I'm on the wrong end of it. The Nolichucky River flows out of North Carolina and the Toe River, and it starts over in Poplar, North Carolina, right? It's still Spivey Mountain. Okay, Nolichucky. South Indian Creek. Damn if I can find it. Okay, Nolichucky. All right, so if we take it all the way over to Poplar, North Carolina, that's still Nolichucky River, Nolichucky River, Nolichucky River, Nolichucky River. And then there's a North Toe in Poplar. All right, right here. So Cane River, the North Toe River come together to make the Nolichucky River. And there's not a dam, okay? There's not a dam. It just flows. It picked up, so it was just picking up all this rain from the hurricane and got all the way down here. Now, if you keep following the Nolichucky, this is where I live, right? There's no dam between here and where it started. If you keep following the Nolichucky all the way down into Greene County, there eventually is a dam. It's the Nolichucky Dam, but it didn't break. It actually had 60 foot of water, 60 foot of water over top of it. And they thought it broke. They reported that there was probably a break. But once the waters receded, it was still there. And then the Nolichucky Dam feeds into a lake, and then that feeds into Douglas Dam and Douglas Lake, which are on further down. But yeah, it's one of the only free-flowing rivers anywhere. Let me see if I can find the Nolichucky River Dam. But that's way south of most of the damage the dam is. Not to say that they didn't get damaged like that, but not like we did, because this is a flatter area. There's different stuff going on. Okay, here we go. Nolichucky River, that's an offshoot. Davy Crockett Lake. So the Nolichucky Dam makes Davy Crockett Lake, and that keeps flowing as the Nolichucky all the way down until it gets to Douglas Lake and Douglas Dam. And those dams held. Both those dams held. There's I don't know why. Even somebody at the campground called 911 during all this, because they were asking me, like, how you think it get? I was like, it's never been this high before, and told them. So they called 911, and 911 dispatchers told them that a dam broke and they needed to get out of there immediately, which wasn't true. I don't know why. I understand 911 is going to give you the most conservative answer. They're never going to tell you to stay just because something happens. But they shouldn't be telling people that dams broke there's no dam to break. Like it's not even in the right area. You know what I mean? I don't know. That was weird to me. But there's a rumor going on the internet that dams broke and a rush. It wasn't like that. Okay, it was coming up feet per hour, but it wasn't like a flash flood or like a dam break or like, how else can I describe it? It wasn't like a wall of water coming down, right? Instead, it was like the river just slowly rising again and again and again and again and again forever. That's the South Toe going there. It flows over towards South Toe flows to Black Mountain. Not really Asheville, Black Mountain, I guess. But yeah, so when we look at, so what we got to look at is like Burnsville. If we want to know how the river's going to be at our house, Burnsville, Poplar, Black Mountain, because we only got like over 4 days, we only got 2.5 inches of rain. But Burnsville and Black Mountain and Poplar were getting feet of rain, and it was just coming at us. Mariah didn't even believe me. I tried telling Mariah over and over again how bad it was getting. She just didn't believe me. Didn't think it would get that high. So her mom warned us and said, you guys should get out of there. And we're like, it's never been this high before. Until she saw it with her own eyes. Then she's like, what the fuck?
And bring it back home.
And then we fucking got everybody out of there. It's pretty bad, but it is what it is. Impact Plastics is shitty for that. Very shitty for that. I don't know what to say. We got the VP debate. You can't watch it on YouTube, guys. You'll have to come to Twitch or somewhere else. I'll have to shut YouTube down because they'll copyright strike me. So that's the best I can do. Thank you all for tuning in. I know it was kind of unplanned. I was hoping, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if I could make it here in time, especially once we found the body. But I was hoping to come in and cover at least this. So, what do you guys think? Who wins the VP debate, you think? Let's hear it, chat. Lock in. Lock your answers in. My one wheel has been amazing. The only thing that sucks is I basically have like the smallest one wheel they make, and I'm a big dude, right? So when I add 13 gallons of gasoline, it barely pulls my ass on flat ground. So it doesn't do uphill. It'll do downhill, and it'll even charge it. Like while I'm going downhill, if I have the brakes on, it's regenerative braking. I need a bigger one wheel, but even if I ordered one from One Wheel, I don't think it would be here anytime soon. If One Wheel wanted some good press, those motherfuckers would show up with a one-wheel truck and like 1,000 boards and just start passing them out. I try to tag them in a TikTok post telling them I need a GT or something stronger. I think they have a GT, a GTS. They have the Pint S and the Pint X. If I could get one, right now it's about 2 miles in. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm going 2 miles in on a one-wheel Pint. There's 2 spots I have to carry it in. One is under the train trestle, and one is at the park. But everywhere else, I've been able to ride it to. And it's just, God, it's so much. I mean, I still have to stand, still have to balance and shit, but it's not step after step after step after step after step. That's a long walk. Someone figured up the way, hold on. How much does 1 gallon? 1 gallon of gas weighs about 6 pounds. 66, 72, about 70 pounds, right? 13 times 6. 78 pounds. Almost 80 pounds. I was carrying 80 pounds of gasoline in with me. Talk about fucking heavy. Man, it was just, it's miserable, but the best I can do is take some of it and come back and just leapfrog it if I have to, but most of it was hiking. But when I can ride the one wheel, especially out when the jugs are empty, I'll hop on that motherfucker and ramp it up as fast as it'll go to get out of there with the empty jugs. That's not as bad. It is what it is. I'm so fucking exhausted. I don't know. I made a video saying I've never felt more like I was in a combat zone than I do right now. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm the guy you never want around until you want me around because some shit went down. I feel like I do well during disasters and horrible shit and staying calm and planning shit and being able to clearly think about what's going on. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, I haven't been sleeping. I don't even, you guys know me. I don't even get up early. I've been waking up at 7 o'clock every morning after 1 or 2 hours of sleep and going in. I'm sure it'll catch up with me eventually, but for now, we're on combat time, I guess. All right, let's tune into this. YouTube, come join us over on Facebook or Twitch or Rumble or any of those. I've got to shut YouTube down, but I'm going to tune into this. I think we got maybe 10 minutes left, or we got 15 minutes left. We're going to tune into this. Thank you for joining us over on YouTube. Sorry I can't broadcast there, but here we go.
Decisions. What would you say to those who say, look, that's just democracy at work?
Listening to you and bringing your voice into our coverage.
I want to